Hi ladies, Julie here. I'm your makeup artist for mature women, showing you beauty from the inside out. And I'm going to show you today some tips and just answer some questions, I guess, that I've had lately about Seint makeup. So I'm going to do my full face. You can feel free to jump ahead if there's areas that you don't really care about, but I'm going to go start to finish and unedited. So might be a little clunky at times, but let's get started. First of all, I am at the time of this recording 65 and a half. I'll be 66 in about 4 months. And things change regularly. Anyway, the circles are getting darker. I'm getting a few more sunspots. Some days I wake up and I see some new line on my forehead or on my face, and the lines the crevices are getting deeper. And so it just is what it is. And I heard a recent interview that Jane Fonda gave, and the interviewer, Julia actually, who used to be on Seinfeld, said, "Do you have any regrets?" And she said, "My biggest regret is that I decided to start having facelifts." She said, "I wish I would have never done that. I wish I could have looked in the mirror and said, I'm okay with what I see." And I will admit, I'm not always okay with what I see, but God gave me this face. He gave me my body, my health. And so I really have worked hard on embracing all that I am, because I heard one time that if you critique what you look like, who you are, you're critiquing God. And God created a masterpiece in each one of us. So anyway, learn to age gracefully. I'm not going to go under the knife. At least I sure don't think I will. But I do take really good care of my skin. I have tutorials out there about what I use on my skin. I take good care of my skin, and I do wear makeup just about every day because of how it accentuates and camouflages, brightens, highlights my face. So enough about that. Let's get started. So what do I use under these babies? Well, I use a product nearly every day called Demi. And Demi is a highly pigmented wax that is by the company. This company that I'm showing you today is all Seint products. I take my pointer finger and I just tap it into this dark area of my eye. And I then am going to top it with kind of a yellow, we call them highlights. You might call it concealer, but I'm going to place it right there. Now, I'm going to put just a little bit more. I'm going to layer this so that it camouflages it just a little bit. So don't put light concealer over those dark circles. If you've got gray, bluish, that tinted dark circles like I do, you want to use, you'll notice here it's kind of orange. So you want to use more of an orangey color. Again, I'm using a product called Demi. Then I'm going to take this yellow highlight. Again, I'm going to just place it on where the discoloration is. And I'm going to go ahead and use this multitasker brush, because I'm going to load it up and I don't want to get very much. This is one of the problems I see a lot of women have, is that they put too much and then they say, "Oh my goodness, my skin looks yellow." So you'll notice how I'm just tapping over that discolored area. Now, young girls maybe can put it all over and then blend it all together, but I have found most recently that my best tip is to put it on individually. Now I'm going to get up close. You'll see there, I put it on too heavy. So I need to blend that out. And I'm patting and then using this tiny little brush to just lightly tap it into my skin, just in the dark area. You got to blend it really well, ladies. You got to blend it really well. Now listen, the wrinkles aren't going to go away. Those wrinkles are there. and that creepiness. And so I've got to be okay with that. But if you put it on too heavy, it's going to sit in those areas. So, okay, I've concealed really all I want to do. It's better than when I started. I'll do a before and after picture. Then I've got a few other places that I want to put that color too, that orange color. I've got a sunspot right here. I'm going to blend it in. Okay, I'm going to blend it in. This is my look today. I've got a sunspot right here that I don't like. I've got one over here, but it's pretty much concealed by my hair. Yeah, so any spots that you want to camouflage. Now, sometimes it's broken capillaries. Sometimes it's redness. And I can advise you on that. But today, I'm going for the darkness, the dark circles, the dark and hyperpigmented areas. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use, today I'm going to use my 3D brush, okay? And I'm going to use this end to just kind of place some product. The color I'm using here is called Athens. It's my winter color. Okay, and then I'm going to tip that brush over and I'm going to blend. I've been using this product at the time of this recording for about a year, and I have found that my skin has adjusted to this. This foundation, this cream foundation, is really pigmented and it's very hydrating. So I do not have to use very much, which I love, because my palette, my goodness, it lasts for me probably about 9 months, because I'm using such a small amount. And so when clients say to me, it's sitting in my pores, it looks like it's accentuating the wrinkles, then I say, you're probably using too much. Or maybe you want a different brush. I use a 3D brush. Sometimes I use this one if I want a heavier coverage. I have been using this one a little bit more because I can just kind of blend it all in. It's a little smaller, which I like. And then I put a little bit, if your eyelids are starting to get darker, you can use this as primer and dip just a little bit into that product and put it on your lids as well. It'll help even out those lids. So, okay, here's my foundation look. I want it to be natural. I want it to look like liquid skin. Okay, then I'm going to take and I'm going to contour. I'm going to take that same brush. I'm going to drag it into the contour and then put it right along my cheekbone. And this is a great place to put your contour, especially as we're getting older, because if you put it down too low, it'll drag your face down. Now, you can also put some right here along your jawline. If you've got a wider nose, you can put it along the bridge of your nose. I don't have a wider nose, so I'm not going to do that. And then I'm going to put a little bit up here on my forehead, and then I'm going to flip that brush over and blend it in. Okay, I'm going to blend it in. I'm going to blend right here along my jawline, down into my neck, and then I'm going to blend that contour right here. Now you can see it, okay? It might look a little dark. Don't blend it to the point that you don't see it anymore. Ladies, the whole purpose of contour is to accentuate that natural bone structure in your face. So don't blend it all the way. I will tell you, when I first started using contour, I blended it all the way. It was so weird. I wasn't used to using that. Now I'm gonna put just a little bit right here on my end of my nose too. Okay, so that's where I'm placing contour today. Then I'm gonna marry that blush, the cheeks, to my contour. Now, you can place it here. I've got a longer face, so I'm gonna place it more right here on my cheek, or you can take that finger, go out here, and if you've got a square or rounder face, you want to lift that color up and you go more into your hairline. So I'm going to take, and now I've already added mascara to one of my eyes. I want to talk a minute about mascara. Tubular mascara is the best mascara for our thinning eyelashes. Some of you have not started to thin, lucky you. But my eyelashes have never been very dense and amazing. So using one of these brushes, can you see that? I'll post a link. This is from Thrive. Another one that I really like is from Prime Cosmetics. And then recently I purchased this one from Maybelline. It's a great price. And I had a woman in my chair the other day who was using it, and oh my goodness, it was amazing. Two coats on her eyelashes were all she needed. And so anyway, using mascara top and bottom will help you. Now you can do the false eyelash thing. I do it now and again, once in a blue moon. I just don't take the time. Plus, I don't know. I just have this thing. I'm like, I wonder how it is to put glue right there on your eyes long term. And I've got a weird thing going on in my eye called an orbital flame hemorrhage. And so I don't want to do anything strange to my eyes. So anyway, I've got my mascara on. I always keep a Q-tip at my counter so I can help with any of the smudges. And then I'm ready to put on my color. See, what should we go for today? Let's go for this color called Kin. No, it's Gigi. I'm gonna go all over my lid. I'm gonna show you just a standard, simple way of doing your eyes. Two colors, one color on the lid up past the crease. You can use a brush. Again, I'm using our multitasker brush, or these shadows are so powdery and creamy, you can use your finger. Whatever works for you. Just past the brow bone. If you are someone with deep set eyes, you absolutely need to make sure that you get more color up here past your brow bone. Blend it in. Then let's take another brush. I'm going to take our eyeshadow brush, which has a nice little dense end on it, and I'm going to dip into this color called As If and put it out in that corner. Okay. And be sure you blend it in. Blend, blend, blend. Blending is the name of the game. Keep a makeup sponge, a blender sponge, good brushes. Good brushes are so huge. So huge. Then I'm going to take that and I'm going to that same brush and just put some color underneath. Not all the way, just out in the outer part of my eyes. Going for a little more dramatic look today. I don't know if it's dramatic. I'm just going for a heavier makeup look. Okay, then I'm going to finish off my eyes here by taking my contour. You can also use a shadow. I've got a different tutorial on that. And I'm going to fill in these brows because I want to frame my face. And ladies, we start to lose our brows. Get them waxed if you don't have a good shape to them yet. Go to a reputable studio. If you don't know where to go, ask a friend whose brows look great. And then you can keep them updated and manicured easily yourself with a good pair of tweezers. Okay, I'm going to fix a couple things in just a minute, but I want to show you how to finish things off. And the way that you finish things off, I'm going to clean off the dark color. I'm just going to use my hand right now. Same detail brush. I'm going to dip it into a brightening shade, this brightening shade. Where do you put brightener? Key spots. Right here, the cupid spot of your nose, right here in the corner. You can even do it right under the dark spots of your eyes, under your eyes, and then the sides of your eyes, okay? And then, what am I gonna do? Yeah, you guessed it. I'm gonna blend. I'm gonna blend, 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 blend. And when you get all finished and the light hits you right, yeah, it's so pretty. We want to lighten and brighten that beautiful face of yours. And my last step, my very last step is to add illuminator. This adds luminosity to your face. If you ever notice in film, like you're watching a TV show, and you notice how women, you see the light just hits them and their cheeks look like they're bright right here, this is what they do, okay? This is what they do. Okay, let me kind of blend some things all up here. Okay, my finished look. I added my lips. I lined my lips using actually the contour, filled them all in a little bit, and then added my red sangria, and I'm ready to go. So that was a start to finish tutorial on how to apply Seint makeup, and I hope you enjoyed it. Listen, if you want a personal color match because you need some help with your makeup, I will do that. All you have to do is submit a selfie. There's a form down below that you can click on, and you take a picture just for my eyes only. You answer some questions, and then I'll send you an idea for your personal palette. And you can start with just a few products and then add to if you want to. When I started with a palette that was this size. It's called a number 8. And then now I use a number 12. So all of your makeup in one place, super simple for traveling, super simple to keep in your makeup drawer, doesn't take up a lot of space. So anyway, follow me for more tips on makeup for mature women, and I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day.